Hey guys, what is going on? This is Travis P11. Welcome back to the channel, and today we are taking the Ruger American Ranch chambered in 7.62 by 39, a very popular rifle on this channel, to the range. We're running a Primary Arms Classic 4-16 by 44 millimeter scope on there. For ammunition for this particular test for today, we're going to be testing out the ZVS, which is this new brass case stuff that's made in Macedonia by a Slovakian company, ZVS. It's $13 per box at my local Shields. Now, it's a little bit more expensive than the brass or than the steel case. Wolf and Tula, that's well almost gone on the shelves. But it's also cheaper than the Winchester, the Hornady, and PPU and stuff like that. So we're going to see how well this mid-range ammunition performs. And again, it's just a standard full metal jacket lead bullet, so it's non-magnetic, so it is safe to use indoors. We're also going to check and see if it's boxer or Bird Prime to see what kind of reloading possibilities we have with it. I'm just going to run the box. I have no idea how well it's going to perform. We're going to take a few shots. I don't really want to mess with the zero too much on this rifle. So whatever kind of a tight group it produces is what it produces. And if I was going to keep shooting it, then I'll make more adjustments to the optic. Because right now I pretty much have this ready to go for my hunting round that I like to use, which is the Hornady steel case ballistic tip ammo, which they don't even make anymore. But I've got about 25 rounds of this left over. And I like to keep this on standby for deer season. So again, we'll see what kind of group it produces. It might shoot a little high, it might shoot a little low. I don't know. We might make some minor adjustments, but I'm not the best shot in the world, but if it produces a nice tight group, say 1 inch at 100 yards, it's an ammo that I will probably start buying or get into, especially since I'm a reloader and I can reload the brass. Maybe, we'll find out, depending on the type of primer pocket that it has. But anyway, Ruger Ranch 7.62 by 39, an absolutely fantastic rifle. It is the Ranch series, which means it's got a shorter barrel, it's threaded, it's got a little bit shorter stock, if I'm not mistaken, than the standard Ruger American stock, but it's not as short as the youth models. But in the meantime, let's go hit the range and let's go have some fun.
I think he's meaning your easy.
Alright, so I wasn't super impressed with the group that the ZVS shot. I showed you my warm-up target, the top 5, the bottom 5. You saw what it did. Took a look at the measurements. I went back and watched the video of where the shot sits, so I could try to figure out what was on paper and what was off paper. The ZVS is Bird primed. Now, if I can shoot a good group with my Tula, I'm just going to shoot some Tula here, 5 rounds. If it shoots a pretty good group, then I'm probably not going to spend the money on the ZVS. I may try to source a little more steel case Tula or some Wolf. I don't know, with it being Bird Prime, the reloading is going to be maybe out of the question. I know that you can convert from Bird to boxer priming, but I'm not really interested in that. So we're going to go ahead and do 5 rounds of Tula. I've got a little bit smaller dot this time, so the group might open up a bit more from what you saw on the warm-up shots on that white piece of paper that I showed you. So let's do 5 Tula and just make sure it's not the rifle throwing the rounds all over the place. I mean, everything's nice and tight. I check the action, make sure nothing's coming out of the receiver. We should be good. So, all right, here we go. 5 rounds of Tula. The bolt on this, by the way, it's not buttery smooth. It's not Browning smooth. It's okay. And I noticed that the bolt, it's even more, rough when you're using the 20-round mags and the 10-round mags. But anyway, here we go. this is a little heavy. I think I have it set at like 3.5 pounds, so it does physically move the gun as you pull back on the trigger. And I mentioned it before, I might want to lighten it a little bit. It's actually pretty easy to do. All right, let's see, that one went. By the way, I do have to adjust the sled after every shot. Okay, that one's a little bit high, but still fairly close to the bullseye, maybe within an inch. That one was just about 6 o'clock, I think. Yeah. Number 4. I can't tell if that overlapped another shot. It might have. Okay, this will be number 5, last shot. Now, I'm not going to totally discredit the ZVS ammo. I mean, if it's all you can get and the price is fair, you know, it would make a good plinking ammo, but and I'm always trying to get that 1-inch group. And I will put a link at the end of this video to the Wolf ammo test that I did with the Wolf lead core ammo that I've been shooting. I bought some of that about 2 years ago, year and a half ago. And that stuff produces a good 1-inch group, 1.25-inch group, sometimes even less. So, one more shot. Okay, here we go. All right, let's go down and check out the target. We'll bring him back and then we'll take a look. All right, guys, so let me just go ahead and take you through all the targets. Here's what happened. First 5 shots with the ZVS, they were kind of all over the place. I was a bit shocked because generally I shoot this rifle better. I've got 2 other videos where you can see me shooting 1-inch groups, right? Anyway, this group was 3.9 inches at 100 yards, 5 shots. So then I thought, well, let's just do some Tula, right? So I went back to my 122 grain Tula, and that's my Tula. Maybe that was just first shot jitters, I don't know. But we have 1.878 inches. Use the caliper, by the way, to calculate this. So 1.878 inches. All right, so now let's actually move over to the target that you guys watched. So I did go back and watch my video on the shots. 1, 2, 3. This group was 2.9 inches. 4, 5, and 6 was 2.114 inches. 7, 8, 9 is 3.79 inches. Sure, I shot it a little bit better. I just don't know if the inconsistency is me or if it's the ammo, because I went and did another 5 rounds of Tula after this target, as you saw, and we will see what that group looked like. And then for shots 10 and 11, I had 2. I didn't measure because the 3rd shot was not on the paper. And then 13, 14, 15, the 2 shots were off the paper. They were probably down over here, just kind of going back. So these last couple shots, I can't really hear the sound on my video. I was trying to watch the replay at the range. I don't know, guys. I'm really not that impressed, just to be honest with you. Might just try to scrounge up a little more Tula or some Wolf. Anyway, so I just did 5 more shots, decided, okay, let's just do 5 more, make sure it's not me. You know, tiny little target, tiny little bullseye. We had 2.71 inches if you take the entire group into consideration. Widest point, best group would have been 1.77. And I've shot Tula with this, you know, a little over 1 a couple years ago when I first took the rifle out. So in the end, I don't know, let's bring it back for a few conclusions and we'll talk about it. All right, so final thoughts on the ZVS ammunition. You know, $13 a box. At this point, I'm probably just going to invest in brass, primers, powder, and bullets and just start reloading my own 7.62x39 and dies. Because once you take out the cost of the equipment, just the components, it's going to be about the same price per round, I would imagine, versus buying this. And I'm probably going to shoot a better group with the hand loads. That's been my experience in the past. We've seen this rifle shoot better groups before with cheaper ammunition. Now, I don't want to rag on it because maybe it's just me, maybe it was just a bad shooting day, but I was trying my best to keep that on the bullseye and keep the shots consistent, and it seemed like stuff was just going all over the place. And I did the 2 groups of Tula to show you that, you know, we do shoot a fairly consistent group with this rifle. And I'm just saying this before somebody goes out and buys, like, you know, 1,000 rounds of this. It's like, oh, it's going to be the greatest thing. Just maybe buy a box or 2, run it through your rifle, see what happens. Really appreciate if you guys could chime in the comment box down below and let me know what kind of accuracy you get with it, especially if you're running an SKS or an AK. I'm really curious. Is it 3-inch or 4-inch or is it 1-inch? But anyway, so that's kind of my thoughts on it. Guys, make sure you like and subscribe. You can check me out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. We are over on guntube.org, pretty much all over the place. Don't forget, we got a little podcast that we do called Caliber Corner, which is on Saturday mornings at 8 a.m. Central Time over there on YouTube. We have a variety of topics that we cover, and check it out. I think you'll really enjoy it. So here we go, guys. This is it. This is the test of ZVS ammunition. I want you to have fun. I want you to be safe. And as you know, we will talk to you soon. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.